What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Tactic Tester with Bayer Leverkusen. So far, this episode, we're going to be playing Cluj in the Europa League and Gladbach in the Bundesliga. I said to be back for Gladbach and Bielefeld, but the Europa League matches got scheduled, and I figured we should come back for a Europa League match. Cluj should probably be they're either the third or fourth best team in this group. I think if you look at the group, we've got us, Leicester, Cluj, and Wolfsberger, who are an Austrian team. Leicester is obviously one of our biggest competitions. We actually did beat them, which was a really good result. We've been really good in the Europa League so far. In the league, though, not as much. After the game against Leipzig, we lost to Stuttgart 3-2. We got an own goal, or they scored an own goal. Like, Ta scored an own goal for them, and then they got Massimo with 2 goals in the 29th and 50th minute. Bellarabi scored for us in the 32nd and Schick in the 63rd. Schick's been pretty good, but pretty sure we were the better team this game. Yeah. By chances, it's close. Like, we only had 3 more shots, same amount of shots on target, but we created so much better chances. They had 1 XG, we had 2.5, and yet they won 3-2. So they took every chance they got, pretty much. We didn't take our chances nearly as good as we should have. Apparently we got our XG worth. Like, we got what we should have gotten. They just got way more than they should have gotten. They should have gotten 1 goal. They got 3. So that was disappointing. We then played really well against Mainz. Beat them 4-1. Schick with a hat trick. Like I said, he's been pretty good. Ta with another goal. Well, this time for us. They had a goal in the 78th minute. But yeah, this was all Leverkusen. Our best game of the season so far. Then probably my favorite game of the season so far is beating Leicester. Like, I thought Leicester was going to top this group. I thought when I saw the group drawn that we wouldn't be able to beat Leicester. Like, Leicester probably should be the better team. But we came out and played pretty well at home. Beat them 1-0 thanks to Karim Bellarabi 31st minute goal. So, defensively we played well. Defensively so far we've played pretty well. Like, we've been, we've been hot and cold defensively. We've had some games where we played really well. We've played really well in the Europa League. And we played well versus Mainz, but the other games, they've not been nearly as good. I've had problems with both the offense and the defense. Like if you look at our goals scored, like, other than this Mainz game, since this Mainz game, that is, 1-2, 1-1, that's just not enough. 5 goals through 4 games is not enough. And especially when you're conceding 3 goals over those same amount of games. Like, Augsburg, they were doing really well in the league, but we were lucky to get a draw. Like, we got a 95th minute equalizer from Patrick Schick. It just wasn't deserved. They were the better team. We were awful. Again, both offensively and defensively, we were awful. We created a decent amount of chances, but we cannot take them. I've made some changes to the tactic because I had to. Like, I can't keep going with this. In the Bundesliga, we're doing terribly. For where we should be, we're doing absolutely terribly. We're out of any European spots. We're like 8 points behind top of the league. Like, that's just unacceptable. We're drawing far too many games. Then played Wolfsberger, beat them 1-0 from a Jonathan Ta header from a corner. Again, we weren't very good this game. Like, the stats might have been good for us, but we didn't take our chances. 19 shots, 5 on target. They didn't have a single shot on target. Defensively, we played amazingly this game. Our defense was amazing. Wendell with the best game of his career, probably, because he is a terrible football player. He's averaging like a 6.4. He's been so bad. Offensively, again, just not really taking our chances. Only 1 goal, had 1.8 XG, 19 shots, only 5 on target is completely unacceptable. Alario is also a terrible football player. I hope Schick is healthy for every game this season, because if we have to put Alario in there, we're going to lose or draw. And we're only going to draw if we draw 0-0, because he's not going to score a goal. He's so bad. Then played Freiburg, drew 1-1. Again, that's not a good result, because they're not very good. They're like in 14th. We should be smashing Freiburg. But we took an own goal from a corner to get the draw out of the game. Offensively, we did absolutely nothing. Schick with his worst game of the season. No one did anything. Vendel with a 6.2. Like I said, he's a terrible player. He is the worst player on this team by a large, the second worst. His backup, what's his name? Sinkgraven. Yeah, Sinkgraven is the worst player on this team. He is an absolute travesty. He cannot be called a football player. He's so bad. I don't understand why they signed him, because he's legitimately a terrible player. Like, he should be playing in League One. of the Premier of the English league system, like League One, not Ligue 1, League One, if not League Two, because he's just that bad. So he's terrible. But Vindel, the starter, is the second worst player on this team. I don't know if that's why we've defensively and offensively been struggling, just because our fullbacks. Well, Arias is okay, but Vindel is legitimately just awful. And I made some changes. I brought the attacking midfielder back to central midfielder with an advanced playmaker on attack. I want to start a little bit deeper to help a little bit more defensively because they were just creating so many chances through the middle against us. Like it was unbelievable. Like 3/4 of their chances have been through the middle. Like they're not doing a whole lot defensively on the wings because we got double coverage here on the wings, and our wingbacks aren't getting super far forward, so they're able to get back, and the wide center backs are able to help out on the wings as well. So they're not getting a whole lot done through the wings, but they're just destroying us through the middle. So I brought Demirbay back, and similarly, we're doing really well going up the middle in the league so far. Like in the last games we played, we've been creating a lot from the middle of the park, but I wasn't happy with we're not really getting our wingers involved at all. And considering Bailly is our best player by a large margin, and Bellarabi's a decent player too. Gray sucks, but Bellarabi's a decent player, so I want to get them involved. So I've started looking for the overlap just to try to get them involved more in the play. The only other change I made is I started to use tighter marking because they were getting so many chances from inside our own penalty spot. Like they were just being gifted the ball with so much space in the penalty area. It's just unbelievable. So I tried to see if I could use tighter marking, see if we could close down on those, stay closer to our marked targets and not leave them so much space to score tap-ins. So we'll see if that does anything. I just did it for this game. Like I just did it after our last game we played because a 1-1 draw with Freiburg, I had to change something. So that's what I've changed. Let's see if it comes into effect. I mean, we've done well in the Europa League, so this should be a win, but I'm really testing this for the next game against Gladbach because that's the game where I need to see if this is actually working. We should be able to do well against Cluj. Jedvaj comes in for Tapsoba just for a little bit of rotation. St. Graven comes in because, Windel's awful. St. Graven's, look at their average rating, 6.4, 6.69. I have no good options here. It's like one turd or one a little bit stinkier turd. I don't know which one I want to eat, but I have to eat one of them. And so I'm just giving St. Graven a shot, see if he can surprise me. Aaron Geese is playing in defensive midfield just because I have a little bit more creative force back there. Other than that, Damari Gray has to start on the right because Bellarabi's injured. He's not really fit for this game, but I'm putting him on the bench anyways. Leon Bailey on the left. Schick up top. Schick is our only competent striker. So let's just get into the game. See what we can do. I'm going to say we're favorites and should be winning this comfortably. We've been good in the Europa League, so I have faith that we do well this game just because we seem to be decent in Europe. But I'm really looking to see how we do in the league. You've left Lucas Alario out. Is that due to his recent injury problems? He sucks. The game against Cluj is one of your teams to really be winning, but upsets happen every season. Are there any nerves among your players at the possibility of being embarrassed here? We work even harder to ensure victory. You certainly seem confident. Do you think that attitude will rub off on your players? My confidence is based on the fact that the team is fully prepared, ready to go out and win. This is at home as well, so this better be a win. If this is not a win, I might have to change things up again because that would be just completely unacceptable. Obviously, the tactic sucks if we don't win this game. As we get an injury immediately, it's St. Graven. It could be worse. It could be an actual good player, so I'll take an injury to St. Graven. There's a highlight here in the 14th minute. They have the ball looking for a throw-in. They're in the red kit. We're in our black kit. Vinicius de Suarez into Sigurd Johnson. Over to Camora. It's interesting that, I think, isn't Cluj a Romanian team? I want to say they're Romanian. They've got I don't know if he's Finnish or Icelandic. Probably Icelandic, Sigurd Johnson. Kind of a weird player to be in a Romanian team. Sigurd Johnson has a chance from the edge of the area, and he nearly scores. Maybe I shouldn't talk about their players, because if I talk about them, it seems like they're going to score. As we just, again, I'm trying to use tighter marking, but literally no one is being marked. I don't understand. Literally no one is being marked. Christian Manet, I think he's a former Chelsea player, I want to say. No. Who am I thinking of? Isn't there another Manea that used to play for Chelsea? Let me Google Manea. Manea. I swear there's a Chelsea player with the last name Manea. Why does Neuer come up when I search Manea? Yeah, he's not going to come up. I swear they had a Manea at Chelsea. Maybe I'm wrong. Demirbay with the corner. He's been our best player probably, Cameron Demirbay, just because he can do things like that. Put in corners of great quality. His set pieces have been our only way we're really scoring goals. We have I think 3 of our 7 goals this season are from a set piece. 4 now of our 8. Something like that. Something ridiculous. We're just a set piece FC. Who's a big set piece team? I don't even know anymore. I don't know who plays set pieces anymore. We're a set piece team. We're freaking... I was going to say Newcastle, but they're not super set piece guys, really. Kind of, but not really. Who's a set piece team? West Brom. That's it. We are West Brom right now. Relying solely on set pieces to score goals. Schick has a chance through the middle, but he misses because of course he does. He's a little inconsistent, I've noticed. He scored pretty well at the beginning of the season, but recently he's been missing a lot of chances. A lot of chances. Some very good ones, too. So, not really good enough. They have another highlight here. Looks like they're going to get the ball. Sigurd Janssen to Pan. Into De Belge. Back to Suarez. Into De Belge. To Pan. To De Belge. To Suarez. They're playing around pretty nicely, really. We're not really... not really closing them down very effectively. They're getting plenty of time on the pitch to play passes like that. Wonderful ball to the back post, but a good save from the goalkeeper. Really needed to, because that would have been a terrible time to concede right before halftime. The media ask about it every single time there's a goal before halftime, but yeah, it is a sucky time to concede and a good time to score. It's a little bit beat over the head by the press, but it's the case, so... Bayer is already exhausted. He's coming back from an injury, so he's a little bit tired, but he's our best player. I'm not happy. 1-0 is not good enough. We've created not enough. 7 shots, 2 on target is unacceptable for the first half. Not even close to good enough. We need double-digit shots. Probably 5 or 6 shots on target. That's a decent half from me. Against a team of Cluj's size, that's a good half. This has not been a good half. It's been set-piece FC. We are West Brom. That's the only way we can score. We cannot score from open play. And it doesn't make any sense because we've got 2 attacking wingers. I mean, I had an attacking midfielder. Well, not an attacking one. He was on support. But I had an attacking midfielder and we still weren't creating anything. Obviously, now he's playing a little bit deeper, but he is on attack now. So you think he'd get just as involved as the attacking midfielder on support was. And we have inverted wingbacks coming narrow. You think we'd be able to create chances from that, but we've just absolutely not. Not even close to creating any chances. Bayer's exhausted. Don't really have any options. Amiri's going to come on there, and Gray's going to come off for Mitchell Weiser. Weiser's become our third choice right winger. He can kind of play there, and he's not very good defensively, so he's actually probably better as a winger than he is as a fullback. He's actually played decently well the last couple of games I've played him. Because Arias got hurt, so I needed Weiser to play a few games. As it looks like we might have a penalty. Another set piece, and it's Aaron Geese. Isn't Ton a hat trick? Oh no, the first one is an own goal. Aaron Geese scores it. We are 3-0 up. Much better second half than the first half. Aaron Geese can come off. Bring on Lars Bender. I want to get him a little bit more game time. He needs to get match sharp. He's going to be the starter against better teams, I think. Just because he's more defensive than Aaron Geese is. Even though Aaron Geese is probably the better player. Not probably. He's definitely the better player. Arias can come off for Fosu Mensah. Demirbay's going to have to stay on. He's our best player. So Palacios is injured. Okay. I thought a player was injured. They just wanted to bring on an injured player. We fully deserved that win. We did much better in the second half. I mean, I say that. We really created the same amount of shots. Less shots on target. We just actually scored them. We were much more clinical in the second half than we were in the first. Good win. Well done. That's kind of what I've become to expect from our European games because we've done well in Europe, but I need to see that from the Bundesliga because we've been absolutely horrific in the Bundesliga. Ta on form, superb. Just a few days until we get to Borussia Monchengladbach. They're currently sitting 12th. So, I mean, based on our form, it's going to be a tough game. And based on the fact that Monchengladbach are a good team, it's going to be a tough game. Vindel's not even training well. I don't even know what to do. He's such a bad player. If I was playing this long term, the first thing I would do would be grab a new right inverted wingback because he's the worst player on this team by a large margin. I'll do this press conference and I'll see you for the Gladbach match. It's just in a few hours, so I'll see you then. And we are ready for the Gladbach match. I'm having to do a little bit of rotation because I've got pretty tired players. Gray, Demirbay, and Bayer are all tired. It's unfortunate because Demirbay and Bayer, two of our best players. Gray sucks, but Visor comes in at right wing. Amiri comes in at left wing. He's kind of either-footed. He's got a fairly strong left foot, so I feel okay playing him as a winger on the left. His versatility is really nice for this team. He can play anywhere among this three in here, between center mid and two wingers. He can play any of those positions. And I feel comfortable playing him there, so he's going to play on the left. Bailly is probably going to come on if we need him. Sargent's come on the bench for Alario just because Alario is such a terrible player. I'd rather play Sargent off the bench. Bender's going to come into defensive midfield, and Aaron Geese is going to move a little bit forward to that advanced playmaker. So I feel like that's the best way we could have gotten the midfield to the strongest it could be. We are we're at home against Gladbach, so maybe we could go with a playmaker there, but I'm going to go with Bender and Aaron Geese. What's his name? Palacios isn't totally fit. He's recommended 75 minutes. He could play, but I feel better having Bender and Aaron Geese in there. That's what I'm going to go with. Let's get into this game. See if we can perform better in the league than we have recently. You can say the media have been on your back for ages now. This is your chance to go out there and stick it to them by proving them wrong. Tell them I have faith. Both teams come to this one in a spell of poor form. Is this therefore a good opportunity to step up and arrest your recent struggles? It's a great opportunity to shake off our malaise, find our focus, and turn our form around. Is Santiago Arias fit enough to last the full duration of this match? I've been told he's fit enough to play and seems alright, so I feel pretty confident. He should be fine. He might not be able to play the whole match. He might get tired, but especially because all of our players just played 2 days ago. But he's good enough to start. Gladbach are in terrible form. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They did win that other one, so they have a chance to win in the Bundesliga, obviously, but they're not doing very well. They're only 3 points behind us. Yeah, we are way behind the leaders right now. It's not looking good for a top 2 spot. Augsburg are freaking the best team in the league, which is weird. Bundesliga is so weird in terms of how random teams can be so good just out of nowhere, even though their players are terrible. Doesn't make any sense. As they have a chance here with the first attack of the game, liner down this right-hand side. It's going to put it across, but Livakovic is going to tip it over. It's going to go as far as Turam. Puts another ball into the edge of the area to Zakaria, who hits it over the bar. I don't think he's much of a goal threat, really. He's a very good defensive player, but I don't think he's much of a goal threat, so I'd prefer him taking shots like that. That's my favorite thing I want to see this team doing, is taking long shots with Zakaria. So I don't think many of those are going to be going in. As Bender makes a good tackle there, Schick gets on the end of it. Aaron Geese over the top, looking for Visor. Doesn't have much help in the box, though. He's going to hold it up for a little bit, find a ball across, try to find a ball across. Eventually gets the ball. And it's going to fall to Aaron Geese, but it gets cleared off the line. It looked like Aaron Geese put it through the goalkeeper's legs. As Schick puts it in from a deep free kick, Amiri, not Demirbay, but Amiri, who obviously, Demirbay's not playing this game, or he's not starting, but Amiri comes in and gets an assist from a deep free kick. Our backup for Demirbay seems to be just as good on set pieces as Demirbay is. Maybe not just as good, but he's quality enough. Put in some good balls, and Schick does a good job to head it home. He's not the biggest player in the world, but he's big enough to be able to head in shots like that. It's been a really even game so far. They don't have a shot on target, but they have the same amount of XG that we do, one more shot than we do. So I don't know if we're doing better in the middle of the pitch. It certainly doesn't look like it because Zakaria is getting all the time in the world. I think I need to do some man marking on Zakaria. I said, I'm not very worried about him, but He's just sitting at the edge of the box with no one closing him down. I think I need one of the strikers to come back and help. Because Bender's going to have to be busy guarding the advanced player, the attacking midfielder. And then Aaron Geese has 2 players to mark. Either one of the wingers has to come back and help, or one of the striker has to come back and help. I don't know which one I'd rather have. What do their wings look like? And Bolo on the right is a winger. Turam on the left is an inverted inside forward, probably. So I need more help probably down this right-hand side than I do down this left-hand side. Well, our left-hand side more than our right-hand side. So I think I'm going to tell Visor to help out and mark one of these midfielders. Who's on that side? Cancel. So I want the left central midfielder, which is Newhouse. And then I'll tell Aaron Geese to mark the other guy. See if this works. Mark player, Neuhaus. And you. Mark specific player, Zakaria. See if that helps. See if we can close down their midfielders a little bit better. Stop them from getting such open shots, open opportunities. Neuhaus has played a 7.1, so somebody needs to mark him. He's their deep-lying playmaker, so he is their creative force. So I tell him to mark Zakaria, and then he just is unmarked at the back post on a corner. Literally unmarked. Look at him. Anyone want to pick him up? Bender. And Arias heads it into his own net instead of heading it away. Great job, Arias. And he gets destroyed for his rating for that. Because, I mean, you got to head that out. Are you kidding me? Again, they have a man unmarked at the back post. What is going on with our set-piece defense? It's been good so far this season. I'm pretty sure those are like the first 2 set pieces we've conceded all season. Helvetti just unmarked at the back post, bounces off of our own guy, and falls right to Turam. Time to berate the team and go attacking. Absolutely pathetic. Let's throw a water bottle at these fools. Absolutely incompetent. As they have another chance, a deep free kick, and I figured that was going to for sure go in. It seems like every set piece is going to for them. As ever since I marked their midfielders, we have been awful. And it's not like we're being awful from set pieces. We're not being awful from open play. So I can't really say what I'm doing is causing it. It's just we've forgotten how to defend set pieces. And does man marking still carry over into set pieces? I don't think it does. So, like, when whatever his name was not Neuhaus, the other one, was unmarked at the back post as they score across. And another own goal. No, it's going to be an offside. Who was offside? Because it must have been a player in front of the goalkeeper, because Mbolo was absolutely not offside. I think it's going to be an offside, clear offside. We'll see who it was, because Wolf apparently is offside. He must have been in front of the keeper. Let's see it. Yeah, he's right in the goalkeeper's vision. I mean, again, that's terrible from our defense. Absolutely incompetent. I'm going to berate them again. Looks like my Arias has to come off the pitch. 6.0. Are you freaking kidding me? Who do I play there? Because I'm going to play Visor there. I'm going to bring on, I'm going to bring on Bayi and switch him and Amiri. I think that's our best option. Aaron Geese has been absolutely horrific too. I'm going to bring on Demirbay. We need our big guns. Vindel hasn't been good either, so like literally no one's been good. No one on this team other than Schick has been good. Can I berate them again? I'm going to berate them again. Do I change my formation? I think I bring on a striker for one of our center backs. Who's been the worst? They've all been equally horrific. I don't want to take off Todd because you've got an option for him from set pieces. Bender's our best defender. Tapsoba's our best creative defender, though. Who do I really take off? I think Bender. I think I'm going to take off Bender. Leave Todd and Tapsoba out there. Bring on Josh Sargent as a pressing forward. on attack. That might. I think I'm going to take off the man marking from Amiri and give it to Sargent. Mark specific player, Neuhaus. Let's try that. We have 10 minutes left pretty much to do something. I just want to break this team as much as physically possible because they've been incompetent today. Amiri's coming off. Demarai Gray is coming on. I mean, I don't have good backup options. Demarai Gray is an absolutely horrific player, but I don't have any other options. All my good right wingers are tired or hurt. Or just bad. So, they're going to have a chance here. Hopefully we can intercept the ball and go on a counterattack. Where is our other striker? Is he still man marking even though... Why is he man marking this far deep? Like, surely he should only man mark if they get out of their own center backs. Whatever. And it looks like we're going to lose. We are so bad in the Bundesliga. I don't understand it. For how good we are in the Europa League, we are equally bad in the Bundesliga. Like, it's 2 set-piece goals. They've done absolutely nothing, really. We've done nothing, actually. They've destroyed us. So, my changes have not worked. I don't know what I need to do. I think this tactic just sucks. I think this tactic just really, really sucks. Because the team doesn't do anything. It legitimately just doesn't do anything. The fullbacks are absolutely incompetent. The midfielders aren't doing anything. Like, if Demirbai's not getting assists from set pieces, he does absolutely nothing. The wingers do absolutely nothing, even though I'm trying to get them more involved. I'm going to throw a water bottle. I can't throw a water bottle? Come on. Come on, Football Manager. You're all getting in training tomorrow. You don't deserve a rest of that incompetence. Storm out. I don't freaking care what you have to say. Yeah. This is not a good tactic. I thought it would work. It looks like it should be decent. Like, you've got plenty of attacking threats, especially if he's an attacking midfielder. You've got plenty of attacking threats if he's an attacking midfielder on support. Like, you got a lot of threats down the wings. I mean, you think if they're playing a 4-3-3 with 2 central midfielders, the only difference is you have 1 less central midfielder, but you've got a little bit more strength defensively. You should be at least strong defensively with this tactic, but we're not. We're incompetent defensively, and we're competent offensively. So, like, this tactic does nothing. The inverted wingbacks are absolutely awful. Like, I don't know if they've changed how they work, but they used to be good in in the very first renditions of this game. Like, inverted wingbacks used to be the go-to, but they seem like they do nothing. My inverted wingbacks, I don't know if it's the players, or it's just the roles, or the fact they don't really know how to play there yet, but they do absolutely nothing. Like, they don't get involved in the play. They don't do anything defensively. I don't understand what they're supposed to do. I don't know, I might have to just completely rethink this tactic, because this isn't working. Like, I don't know what I can change. Like, these have to be wingers. They pretty much have to be on attack, or we have no attacking threat. Even on attack, we have no attacking threat. I don't know if it's just because they suck. I think it's because they just suck. I think this team is secretly completely awful. I don't know if it's that secret. I think that this team is just really freaking awful. Like, if Bailly isn't playing well, and Demirbay isn't getting set-piece assists, there's just no way you score a goal. Because even if he's healthy, Bellarabi kind of sucks. Like, look at his attributes. Like, other than his pace and his dribbling, he's really bad. And his work rate, I guess. But, yeah, he's absolute garbage mentally. He's pretty garbage technically. He's just fast. So he's not even a good player. Like, Bailly is a good player. He should do well, but he hasn't done anything really this series. Like, he's had a couple decent games, but 6.98 is not good enough. For now, it's supposed to be the key player at this team. Schick has been the best player probably, but even he's very inconsistent. 8 goals and 7 appearances is really good, but he either scores like 2 goals or he doesn't score at all. And that's not good enough. and we have no backup options for him. I think this team just sucks. I don't know what to say, but we'll see. We'll see what changes I can do. I'll probably come back for Leicester Schalke. That's this Wolfsburger game is going to be. I mean, I guess I have to come back for a Bundesliga game because we need to see if Bundesliga games change at all. Like, if we can change anything to start playing at a competent level in the Bundesliga. Because so far, we've been the worst team. Like, so bad. We're far below where we should be. So, I'll see you for Leicester and Schalke. Hopefully, we can figure something out so this tactic can start working again. Or just start working at all. Because it hasn't really worked at all this season. Other than the Europa League, it hasn't worked at all. And we've faced some pretty bad teams in the Europa League, so you can't really give it that much credit. It's like, if you're not, you could probably play 5-5-1 and beat Wolfsburger and Cluj. But obviously the result against Leicester is good, but I think that was kind of a fluke. Like, I don't think, did we even deserve to win this game? I don't even remember. No. We completely robbed Leicester, so yeah. We're just playing like hot garbage. But I'll see you for Leicester Schalke. If you've made it this far, why don't you like the video for whatever reason, subscribe and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.